All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the alaracanfieldshow, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today we are going to do some wonderful work with my good friend, Joy Baker. And just before we get started, I just want to say really quickly, if you are new to the channel, if you're new to the show, if you're new to me, please do subscribe to this channel. And hit the bell so you get notified of it. We do live shows Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, normally, sometimes some other days. So like this week, we have shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So you never know when there's going to be a new show. So just, if you hit that bell, you'll be notified of when that live show is. And if you are wanting to get and receive 30 plus gifts from all these wonderful speakers this season, please go to awakentohappinessnow.com and subscribe there and receive those 30 plus gifts and be part of our community. We would love to have you. All right, so today, that was my little announcement. Today, my good friend Joy Baker is with us here, and we're going to be talking about unlocking the new Earth success codes for money, freedom, and health. And so some of what we're going to discuss and do on the call today is we're going to understand the difference between the space of the 3D and space of the 5D. We're going to discover how to create and actualize in the 5D. We're going to talk about and learn some simple tips that will support you in staying in a higher vibration. And we're going to experience a channeled group process that will support your body, mind, spirit, and soul with living and creating in the new Earth. And so for those of you who do not know Joy or who have not had the pleasure of working with her or seeing her on our show before, she's back with us. She does powerful work. And, when I recently worked with her last week, I think it was, oh my goodness, I have to tell you, it was, I have worked with Joy before, but I never worked on anything physical. And that day, I actually had this physical pain in my back. And to the point that I couldn't breathe, like I couldn't inhale deeply to breathe. I couldn't even bend down to pick up the boys' dog dishes or put their leash on or anything. It was just like, oh my God. And then, and when I had this session with Joy, I kind of mentioned that at the end as an aside, as like, oh, and by the way, and this is also happening, right? So I didn't, that was not the purpose of my session with Joy, but it's like, oh, let me just see. So, Joy did her wonderful work. And then what's so funny is that the next morning I woke up, totally forgot about my pain because,
awesome.
At nighttime when I'm sleeping, I'm actually in pain. When I turn around, I'm in pain, roll over on the other side, I'm in pain. And so when I woke up in the morning, I totally forgot that I had ever had any pain. So, Joy, that was amazing. I have to tell you, I was not expecting that, so I was pleasantly surprised. And since then, my back is doing wonderfully, so it's like, whew, I can breathe, I can do everything that I need to do. So thank you for that. We also did some emotional stuff as well. We worked on some emotional trauma from the past as well. And that is also, very, very powerful. And I love the way that Joy does work. She receives information, guidance messages, she does light language, she moves energies, etc. And, what I like about, Joy is that, she tends to move energies that have been stuck in our cellular memories and in our cells at the cellular level. And sometimes when we were younger or, in the past, we did not know how to process those energies, how to deal with those energies. And so she helps us to release some of that so that we can move forward and be, better in our body, but also better in our energy field and aura, etc. So she's does powerful work. I'm really, really happy that she's back with us. And we're going to be experiencing a process today with Joy. So I'm excited about that too. So Joy, before we get started, can you just tell a little bit more about your work, about your story, just briefly, so before we go forward?
Sure. It's great to be back on your show, Alara, and interact with your listeners. So, well, my focus, the gift I was blessed with was really going in deeply into the unconscious conditioning, because 95% of who we are is unconscious conditioning, and identifying emotional frequencies, whether it's guilt or shame or even ownership in relationships. That's a really, really fine frequency that came in about 5 years ago. And then identifying them and then releasing them. And there's, even if there's resistance or sometimes entities or the dark energies, come in, I'm able to, my guides are able to go past that and release it. And yeah, I can feel some tension releasing here. And that was a gift, like most of us. I mean, we were born light workers. We came in as light workers, but we were born into a very 3D environment. So those gifts have been forgotten about. I didn't remember them, but now that I've been doing this for a while, I remember, oh yeah, I remember that I had that as a little girl, but I mean, probably was started being lost by the time I was 2 or 3. But yeah, I can remember having that now. And when you're on this path, because so many people say, I don't really have any gifts, you will start to remember, and it will evolve. Just allow it. Yeah, you don't want to, no forcing of it. Just allow it. It will evolve as you're ready. Okay, there you go. And so I went through, like pretty much everybody on the path went through a lot of trauma and abuse, and bankruptcies, 2 of them, with financially in that. So then been in the path about 3 decades now, and the gifts evolved in that, and I've been very, very blessed to be able to do this kind of work, and it's my happy place. and great clients and such. So yeah, I love what I do. I mean, and
Beautiful.
I feel very blessed about to do it.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you are here doing the work that you're doing, because it's so needed and it's so relevant, and it can definitely help people release and move forward with their lives. So, so today we are going to be doing a little bit of talking. We're going to be doing a process. We're going to be taking some live caller questions. So for those of you who are here live, if you'd like to raise your hand, you can, you'll be able to get a chance to ask Joy a question and work with her one-on-one. Is that okay, Joy?
Absolutely. I love doing one-on-ones. During the shows. Yeah, that's where I excel.
Good. Yeah. So please do raise your hand, and we'll try and see how many we can do today. But then, of course, like I said, we do have that powerful process that Joy is going to be facilitating for us today. So let's get started, Joy, and talk a little bit about what are we talking about? Hold on. Find my page as well. It's like, where is my page? So yeah, let's talk a little bit about 3D versus 5D, or even moving from 3D to 5D. Let's talk about that, because some people are thinking or assuming that we're in the 5D already completely. Some people are not aware of what the difference is. And for me personally, it's like we go in and out of 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Right?
Absolutely, yes. We're going in and out, and we're not aware enough, conscious enough, evolved enough to stay just in the 5D. I'm not saying there's nobody on walking the planet that couldn't just stay in the 5D and above that consciousness. But we go back to, so the 3D, we've been birthed in that for thousands of years. We're all familiar with the 3rd dimension, the matrix, and that. I think of it as a web of interconnected, limiting beliefs, thoughts, emotions, behaviors, ways of being, ways of interacting with others, like the right and wrong. I mean, the right and wrong dynamic is pretty much everybody gets in that right and wrong, has disputes. And I mean, look at politics. That's what it's all about. It's about right and wrong and debating and such. But that's when you're in that, that's a very 3D dynamic, and that's a very 3D space, because it causes separation. Separation weakens us. Unity strengthens us. And it keeps you, you've got 2 people or more on different sides that they're not agreeing. So anytime you're in right and wrong, that's a 3D dynamic. And it's also power struggle. And 3D is, you're in the 3rd dimension when you feel heavy, you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, nothing interests you. It just feels like there's you're not going anywhere. You're doing the same thing every day, and a lot of struggle. When you're in the 3D and you're in the 4th dimension, that is a portal between the 3D and the 5D. The fifth dimension is the new earth and above. And you know you're in the fifth dimension. The emotional space of the 3D is guilt, shame, fear, anger, disappointment, doubt, doubting yourself, shame, anything like that. We're all familiar with that. We have been for thousands of years. And it feels heavy, it feels stagnant. And we really, past few years, there's been a huge fear narrative out there. I mean, the fear, it's been marketed on TV and news and billboards and everything, the fear narrative. And when we're in that, that's what we align with. And that always weakens a person. You're in the new earth when you feel expansive, when you feel happiness, gratitude, appreciation. Like at the beginning, I said told people, the listeners, appreciate yourself, appreciate your life, appreciate yourself. You can always find, you can appreciate your joints. You can appreciate being able to walk to your car or walk to the bus, or you can always find something to appreciate. That is a new earth emotion. That's a new earth space. And that's where we want to start. The new earth is available to us all. And we access that by deciding and choosing the emotions of that space. And as you decide, when you decide it, you choose it. It's right. Yeah, I can feel people right here. That's where they get frustrated because we're so used to like instant gratification. Okay, well, I said I want to be happy. I choose happiness. Where's my happy? Doesn't quite work that way, but we get so used to it that we right away, if it doesn't happen right away, the happiness or the gratitude or the appreciation or the love we want from somebody else, often we'll get, give up or get disappointed in ourselves or just disappointed in life. And it's not about that. It's about you've had years, decades of conditioning of the 3D. Your ancestors have been conditioned in the 3D. This is thousands of years in this energy. So you choose happiness over and over and over again. And then give yourself, anybody who's listening now, live or on the replay, give your mind permission to notice and acknowledge that happiness or appreciation or gratitude or fun or laughter or expansiveness or lightness or anything like that, even if it's a moment. Because when you notice something, you give attention to it, you give energy to it. What you give energy to, you get more of in your life. The more your mind notices, oh, I just saw a sunset there and it was beautiful. I felt really happy or I relaxed or whatever it is for a moment. The more your mind notices that, and you give your mind permission to notice that, the more you're going to attract that into your life. Now, if you're feeling impatient, and yeah, that keeps coming in. So let's do a bit of clearing around that. So all the ways you're saying it's taking too long, and I should be in this place by now. I'm 35 or 48 or 65 or 77 or whatever. I should have this or be in this place. And see, when you're doing that, you're comparing yourself to the 3D standard, but you are a light worker. You are a change maker. You are here to help raise consciousness on the planet. You're not walking the path of all those that are walking the 3D. You're walking your own unique path. And so all the ways you're impatient and comparing yourself to everybody else, like I should have this by this time, the barometer we have, this is my age and everything else. And let's let go of that. Just let go of that, because then you just fall into that trap of being impatient, and that just everything just slows down. Being impatient actually does the very opposite of what you want it to do. And then you also get down on yourself. So all the ways you compare yourself to the 3D path, and this is my barometer, my age is this, I should have this much, or I should have accomplished this. Let that go. Again, your path as a light worker is unique. This is the first time, at least in this current lifetime we're living, that the human species is living, that we've had a great awakening like this, that light workers have awakened en masse like this. And there you go. There's some realization in these. Okay, there's a little bit of anger coming up, and that's some matrix anger. Matrix anger, I just call it for simplicity, matrix anger. That's dark energies, stagnant energies, even entities. That's what I mean by matrix anger. The matrix anger is coming in because it's a very manipulative energy. And it's one of the ways that the matrix anger will keep a person stuck. See, in the 3D, there's this barometer. You're 55, you should have this. You should have the house, the money, whatever it is. You should be this health level. And so you compare yourself to that, and then you get impatient. And one of the things we often say to us, what am I doing wrong? How did I get this wrong or something? And you stay stuck. And that's one of the manipulation tactics of the 3D. So if you're doing that, know that you are being manipulated and choose to let that go and choose to step into the 5D. Let go of you comparing yourself to the 3D and the standards of the 3D. That's not who you are. You're a light worker. There you go. There you go. There's a little bit of happiness. There's a bit of gratitude. Okay. Did I answer your question? I know I just kind of went off of my own.
Yes, awesome. Yes, thank you. No, that was great. So, I think most of us know by now when we are functioning in the 3D, right? The darkness, the heaviness, the negative feelings, etc., the comparing, etc. But how can we become aware or move into the 5D with more ease? I mean, yes, I agree with appreciation. That's great, but what else can we do?
Okay, with ease. Well, first of all, choose it. So repeat after me so everybody can say it to himself silently or out loud, or my guides actually. I choose to allow myself to move forward with ease into the space of the new earth.
To move forward with ease into the space of the new earth.
There you go. Okay, so that brought up a little stuff. So I choose to move forward with ease and grace into the space of the new earth.
I choose to move forward with ease and grace into the space of the new earth.
Okay, I'm going to do a bit of clearing because that brought up a little bit of anger and shame. And again, the shame is around comparing, not just you, Alara, but the whole group of us here, that the shame is around comparing yourself to others. And again, whether it's the 3D or the 5D, it's like, well, I've been on the path for this long, I should be at this place. Let go of that, let go of that. Any comparison always keeps you stuck in the 3D. So any ways in which seeing that blocks the ease and grace of embodying the new earth and that space. So any ways in which comparing yourself to others, or comparing yourself to a spreadsheet or a graph or anything like that, or I should be this, have this at this age, all the ways that actually is slowing you down and keeping you stuck and stagnant. Yet it's such a default, and it's almost like it's your comfort zone. That's what it is. It's your comfort zone. There you go. Let's just let that go. Okay, a little bit of shame coming up. The shame's just coming up to be released. So we're just going to witness that shame. Yes, shame, we see you. Yeah, we acknowledge you. Well, we just let you go, accept you. There you go. Okay, there you go. There's some gratitude coming up. Shokabasa wala sa shoko wala sa shokabasa wala ka wala sa shoko wala sa shokabasa wala ka. Take a deep breath in. Let go. So I want to go into that a little bit more if I could. So you said move in with ease. And see, we will often say to the universe, we'll decide, okay, this is what I want, or this is how I choose this, whether it's something physical, a house, a car, or emotional space. I choose to feel happy. I'm ready to feel happy. I choose to appreciate myself. And we'll do that. When you're doing that, you're sending an intentional frequency and energy to the universe, the light universe, all the angels, they all hear that. And it is sent immediately to you, but then doubt comes in. And as soon as we doubt, well, maybe I'm not worthy of that. How many times have you thought, well, I want this, or come out of a workshop or listen to somebody and like, yeah, I'm ready to, experience this or manifest, actualize this. But then you go off and do something else, and monkey mind starts, and it's like, but I shouldn't, am I really deserving of this? What will they think? Do I have the money for that? Like, how would if I quit my job and started the business, how would I survive? Or if I got really healthy, if I started to feel really good in mind, body, and spirit, then I'd have so much energy I could take action. But then who would support me? Who would take care of me? And all this stuff comes up right away. That thing or emotion or space that was on its way to you, it stops. That, my friend, is why we need to choose it over and over and over again. It's not that you're getting it wrong. It's not that you haven't figured out. It's doubt. And that's okay. The doubt, or what if it doesn't work out, or what if this happens, is simply you working through the 3D. That's all it is. And that's why you came here. You came here to have that human experience. You came here to work through all that. Plus, as a light worker, you're not only working through your stuff. When you work through your stuff, so let's say you choose something, you choose to be financially abundant, you choose to take this action, you choose to create this or feel a certain way, and then doubt comes in. Am I worthy of that? What will they think? Am I safe doing whatever it is? Doubt comes in. When you go into that space of the 3D and you start to clear it out as a light worker, not everybody does this, but light workers do, you take on the stuff of others. So you're not only clearing for yourself, you're clearing, and I don't mean necessarily somebody specific, but this is part of the way you're being a light worker. Simply by doing your inner work, you are attracting the issues of others, the collective consciousness, and clearing that out as well. That's why, as a light worker, as a healer, whether you're doing it, full time or it's, you're just on the path, or you're doing it as a hobby, you've got to really be aware of clearing yourself up. So that's why, so it's okay to go back from the 5D to the 3D. No, you're doing your own work. You're also helping raise the consciousness of others. Yeah, there's a lot of people yawning here. That's good. There you go.
There's lots of energy moving.
Yeah.
Can I just add some question around
absolutely.
that?
Yep.
Was it's sometimes it's not always am I worthy or not, but sometimes it's like, when you've tried to do stuff and stuff doesn't work out, then you think, okay, maybe at that point, then you think maybe I don't deserve it. That's why it's not working out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So like at the beginning, you might think, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm all gung ho. Yes, feels right, feels good, feels great, etc. Yep. And then something happened and it's like, oh, so it didn't work out. So maybe this is not my path. Maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe it's not right for me. Where again, that is also like a sabotage, right, of some sort.
Well, it could be that, when you say maybe I'm not worthy of this, but instead of saying maybe I'm not worthy or deserving of this, maybe what you need is a course correction. So that thing that you were so, sure you wanted, and see, it's not just whether it's a relationship or a house or a car or traveling to a place or whatever it is, and you're like, yeah, I really want that. I want to do that. And it's the destination is great, but it's the journey that's where you transfer. I mean, we've all heard it's not the destination that matters, it's the journey, because that is the person you become. And once you've gone through that journey and you have stood in your power and your courage, your divine power and your courage, and taken action, that thing you were going for, it might not be important anymore. It might not be what you want anymore. It might be, okay, well, I didn't get that, but you know what I did get? I stood in my power. I stood in my authentic divine power, and I'm stronger than I was before I started this. So maybe it wasn't about the destination or the thing or whatever I thought I wanted. It was about me becoming, that authentic divine being and person. And then, sometimes a course correction is needed. And, because we can do a course correction on our dreams all the time.
But I find that sometimes people just give up after, things don't work out. Then they just give up thinking that, okay, I'm not supposed to have it, because if I was supposed to have it, it would flow with ease. It would happen with ease. It would just work out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I'm glad you brought that up. That flowing with ease. So many people believe that. I don't know if we're really taught that on the path, or it's just kind of assumed that it's just like, I'm going to work on my fears and doubts and all that. And then finally, when all my fears are gone, it's all going to flow with ease. And I've had so many clients say, well, I was ready and I took action, and there's, why is this happening? I'm like, because the universe is giving you obstacles so that you can stand in your divine power. This is an opportunity the universe is giving you for you to say, okay, it's not a block, it's not stopping you, it's an obstacle. Just like water finds a way around the rocks and the boulders and everything else and trees, and that's what the universe is saying. Stand in your divine power. We are here to support you. But like The earth, the angels are not saying our job is to make it easy for you. You don't want to, many people will say, I wish life was easier. You don't want life be easier. You want to find your divine power, your authentic self. You want to find the ability to speak your truth. That's what they are. They are obstacles. That's why the universe, before I started this business full time, I was, a good 20 years on the path, and I really focused on my inner work. I thought I was, fairly aware and conscious and gone pretty deep. Once I stood in my power and said, I'm ready to take action, I had committed, all my stuff came up at a new level. I mean, there was obstacles and this and that. Just when things would start to flow, this would happen. And it was just, but every time I'd become stronger, and I moved through stuff that before, 2 years before, would have taken me down to my knees. That's what it's about. It's not necessarily that you might need a course correction, but they're obstacles. So any ways in which you're believing that, okay, when it's like, once I work through all my fears and I stay in my wound and just go down that rabbit hole for years or decades, and that, then finally the waters are going to part and it's all going to be easy. Let go of that. Just let go of that. There you go.
Exactly. Let that go. That is, again, that is something that is misinformation in the industry, in the collective, that, once you're on the path, it's smooth sailing. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Again, like Joy said, it's an opportunity. And I always talk about that too. Bring on the obstacles, bring on the challenges, because each time I'm stronger, I know more about who I am, I stand more in my power, I'm more of my authentic self, and more of my beliefs go out the window, because it's like I get a whole new perspective on life and living and everything, right? So it's I don't need anything right now, thank God. I don't need anything. It's just an example,
Yeah, exactly.
It's just an example. But honestly, it is about learning from every experience, and recognizing that each obstacle challenge is an opportunity for you to grow and for you to know who you are more and more. That's what I believe for myself strongly. So yes, and the more that you do that, for yourself, know who you are, be the light worker, working with light, working with your belief systems, looking at everything, being more aware. That is when you're truly being more in the 5D, because then you are part of the solution, not part of the problem. And at the same time, you're always you're raising the frequency of consciousness on the planet.
Absolutely. And when you can look at things, you use the word experience. When you can say, okay, this is an experience, not an experience maybe I would have chosen, with my understanding of the world, and that I would have chosen this experience, but it's an experience. How do I want to move through it? With struggle and upset and anger, and angry at the whole world or God or whatever that this is happening? Or do I want to experience this? Well, okay, be like water. How do I get around this? Or how do I, move through it without angering and blowing up everything? So when you can look at things like consciously, say, instead of I'm wrong, or this is, I didn't do it right. It's like, okay, well, this is a different experience than I thought I'd chosen, but hey, life is an experience. How do I want to experience this? Things become lighter, and you can, they do start to flow easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And so even we're talking about experiences and choosing, and like in this moment, I said, I'm not choosing that. I don't want anything right now, just an example, right? But we are choosing in every moment and I mentioned this at the very beginning. I forget if we were live or not, but I mentioned this at the beginning. It's like, even with our thoughts, when we're thinking, when we're daydreaming, and when we're worrying, or we're having just insane conversations in our head, that is, again, we're choosing something for our future. So we want to be careful of being aware of what we are choosing, so that our choosing can support us as we're moving forward. So can you talk a little bit about how our choices and what we're choosing can support us as we're moving forward into more and more of the 5D?
Yeah, your choices can be empowering. Your choices are going to scare you. See, again, that's another thing, and I'm sure you hear it as well. Like, well, I would love to choose this, and it really excites me. Like I'm really, I can feel the passion within me, but oh my gosh, it terrifies me. Then go for it. Because your choices are not about your 5D empowering choices are not about being comfortable whatsoever. The comfort zone is, that's in the 3D. If you want to be comfortable, then just you're going to stay stuck in the 3D. Your new earth choices, your choices that are going to empower you, that are going to support your divine self, your authentic self, that are going to support your financial abundance, whatever you're looking for. They're going to excite you. Generally, ideas will come in and you go, wow, what if it's possible? By the way, that's a great mantra. What if it's possible? Or what if something greater is possible? And, what if it's possible? But then, yes, that monkey mind is going to come in and go, all the fear is going to come up, all the doubts. But remember, you had that thought, what if it's possible? You got really excited about that. It might be about quitting your job and doing something else, starting a business, doing that. It might be about taking a chance and getting into a relationship or whatever it is, or traveling. But then, yes, the fears are going to come in. That's okay. Doesn't mean it's a wrong choice. If you really feel like there's a part of you that really feels aligned with that, again, that is the path of the new earth, of walking this, is the fears are going to be there, but you tap into your courage. Right now, just imagine tapping into your courage, because courage is a 5D. It's a 5D emotion and way of being. There you go. And courage is the first real frequency and type of emotion that is going to move you out of self-sabotage. When you're stuck in self-sabotage and struggle, tap into your courage. That's what you want to ask for. You don't ask for life to be easier. You ask the universe to awaken the courage within you. When the courage is awakened within you, that you will start to move out of self-sabotage. You just will.
I love it. That's, something, courage is something I have in spades. I'm good with courage. I've got courage down, right? But sometimes, if I've chosen something and I've told the universe, this is what I want, I've taken action, right? I'm doing what I need to do. And then I don't get it. What's up with that? And I've sent the frequency out from my heart, right? So it's not a mental thing, but I've actually sent it from my heart. This is what I want, right? There's as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of all sorts of the reasons why things don't work out.
Well, see, as much as we can be connected to source, to our higher power, we still are, what we believe we want and what we choose is still coming from our limited conditioning. The universe will always give you something greater than you can possibly imagine. So let's say you have decided from your heart, it's a heart-centered choice and vision, you've connected to it, you've taken action. And when you're visioning it, and as you're taking action, say to the universe, this or something greater. Just remember that phrase, this or something greater. This is what I'm choosing. And also, if somebody else is involved, if it's for the greatest and highest interest of myself, it's for the greatest and highest interest of, that person or whoever it is, because otherwise you get into control. So you want to allow it to be, for the highest and greatest good of all. Like that's, I often say, if it's for the highest and greatest good of all involved. Like I want certain things for my mother, but it's also, I also give it to the universe if it's for highest and greatest good. So I can choose it, so you can, but also for yourself. If it's, so you choose your path, you connect to it, you vision it, and then say, so you can say to the universe, okay, universe, this is what I want, choosing, you give them the whole picture, you can draw it all out for them, and then say, this or something greater if it's for my highest and greatest good. There you go. So, because the universe will always give us something far greater than we can possibly imagine.
Yeah, I agree totally. And so I know we've already talked about this a little bit, but let's just sometimes we get caught up in the drama, we get caught up in our stories, we get caught up in the world around us. So what are some ways that we can stay in a higher vibration and stay in that 5D more and more?
Okay. A simple way, if like in your home, in your environment, is to, one, always have some kind of high frequency music, clearing, something playing 24/7, even on silent. Because if it's somebody who is really, when they're speaking or when they're singing, is in source energy, they're embedding that source energy in the music or the words that radiates out to the environment. What I also do is I have sticky notes and I put positive sayings on them. And you can do that. Like I've done a lot of house sitting over the years. And so I will do that, put up sticky notes to raise the vibration. And another thing you can do, if you wear glasses, and let's say you've got a favorite color that when maybe it's teal or yellow or orange or something, and that when you're around it or you wear it, you just feel that, a bit uplifted, like it's a higher frequency. You can actually put a little bit right here, it would be on the right hand corner, just a little bit of that color, a little colored paper. You can tape it right there, and your eye will automatically be drawn to that color. It's an automatic thing. You won't even notice it because it's just a tiny little piece, but your eye will be drawn to that. And that will just keep you in that slight higher frequency. And that's, just something you can do as well. Okay, what was the question again? To keep you in the higher frequencies?
Yeah, just some ways to stay in the higher vibration.
Well, the food you eat, of course. Drink lots of water. Water is the elixir of life. It's also how our cells communicate with each other, basic one. And again, the most important thing of all, and I've talked about this before we started, is your self-talk. Keep bringing yourself back to this. This is where sticky notes are really positive, supportive, or sending yourself an email, is remind yourself of your self-talk. And that will, chances are that'll have to be a daily thing because we have been so conditioned in the 3D. Absolutely. And just, if you're driving, play, and, you can play music that's really empowering. Like I have something going every night on site. Well, it's actually really low. It's a really high frequency song. And that plays every night, whether I'm at my place or at my, staying overnight at my mom's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Layla was asking what color for the
whatever color is you're attracted to. Like I like, teal. And kind of that green, blue, orange color, or green, blue color. I like that. So that as soon as I see that, I can just feel, there's what I'm, paying attention, that my spirits are uplifted. So it's whatever color you're attracted to. And that when you're around, some people like red, passion, they just feel more passionate or something. Some people want orange. Orange is, second chakra. That's about relationships and creativity, if you're attracted to that. Some people like a bright yellow or purple. It can be whatever color. So it's an individual thing.
And it doesn't have to match the chakra, just whatever lifts you up. So for me, I like pink. My husband hates pink, but he's getting used to it now. I like pink. I like violet. I like purple. I like shades of blue. So it just depends. And green now. Finally, I like green. But I find for myself too, Joy, one of the best things for me to raise my vibration is going outside, or even looking outside at greenery of some sort is going to help. But if you can go outside for a walk, it's even better. But looking at trees, looking at greenery, playing with dogs, that always, and what's so funny, and I think I told you about this the other day, but the dogs are like, especially Timmy, the bigger one, he's older. It's like, oh my God, he just wants to be loved all the time. He just wants to be loved. And so it's like, as soon as I start to pet him, he's like rolls on his back and wants me to rub his chest and tummy, it's like, and it's like, I could do that all day. He would never stop.
Yeah.
But, like he loves it, but then I also love it. It raises my vibration at the same time, right? Because I'm suddenly in so much joy because he's in so much joy. And it's like, oh my God, it's such a love fest, So that will also raise your vibration as well. And hugging, if you can hug somebody, hug somebody or hug yourself, that also raises your vibration. All sorts of wonderful things you can do every day. You don't need to buy anything. You don't, like it can be quite simple. And there's a lot of wonderful music, frequencies, etc. on YouTube as well that you can just play, right? So they do affect your energy field. And when it comes to, just really quickly, when it comes to putting Post-it notes everywhere, you don't have to consciously look at them because they are in your field and your subconscious will pick them up, right?
Oh, yeah.
It is good to look at them once in a while and actually say them for sure. But even if you don't, then they're just there. Your subconscious will pick them up. Okay. So
Well,
I'll
yeah,
add
yeah,
there's so many more.
yeah. And the words, when you're writing uplifting high frequency words, like all words, you know, they have the vibration and frequency. When you're writing them, that radiates out into your, whether you have a, like I've got some high frequency artwork. Well, you've got one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on my walls. And so anything like that, all of that radiates out to the environment.
Yeah.
And I've had clients, you know, take the recordings I do for them to work and just play it on silent. And they just say it's, you know, the coworkers aren't stressed. It's just a different environment. I've had a few people do that. And so, yeah, and animals and nature. I love walking. That's my, that keeps my vibration high. So animals and nature, absolutely.
Yeah. I like listening to chants, right? Mantras and chants. So even if you're writing affirmations, say them out loud, sing them out loud. That's also going to be even better if you can do that. Just, it doesn't matter if people are around or not. Just like, you know, I used to sing like crazy, you know, especially when no one's around, because my voice is, I cannot sing at all, but you know, I like it. So that's all that matters. I'm not going to be recording any song or album. So it's just for me, right? So yes, wonderful ways to raise your vibration, raise your frequency. And as you're raising your vibration, it raises the frequency and vibration of your space as well. And the collective, you have to get that we are not like by ourselves, right? Everything we do, it affects the collective as well, right? And affects our space. So there you go. Do more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So do you want to take some questions?
Yeah, sure. I saw there was a woman right at the beginning that's in the hospital. I haven't seen any others, but I don't know if you wanted to start there or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Destiny's in the hospital. So Destiny, you want to just take a few minutes and see how Joy can help you out?
I don't know if she's online or if I should just go from what she wrote here.
No, she's here.
Oh,
hey. Hi, Joy.
Hi,
Destiny. There you are.
There is some really big energy that's messing with me, and I am in the hospital. And it's kind of been doing this for the last couple of days. So I guess I'm just wondering what's going on within me that's allowing this. Because I'm just trying to heal, you know?
Okay, so did you have any issues beforehand? I'm looking at what you wrote here in the congestive heart failure and the edema. Was this going on before or is it brand new?
Well, this happened before, but it didn't last this long. But now that they got me in the hospital, I've been here 3 days and I'm really just wanting to get the hell out of here. And they're telling me, well, you got 10 more pounds of water weight. We got to do an IV, blah, blah, blah. So I've been here 3 days and they keep extending it. And I don't want to be here anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So can I do a bit of clearing then?
Please.
Yeah, because the first thing that's coming in is anger, and the water weight is a weight. So so there's anger there. So anybody who is directing anger towards you and has been, and it's causing a weight on you, and it's causing a weight, a stress, a despair, a fear, like you're wanting to give up almost. Whoever is, I think you can feel that. Whoever is directing that anger towards you, and they're not necessarily aware of it. It doesn't feel like they're doing it on purpose, at least not anymore, but there's a part of you, see, that is still angry. And so you guys are stuck in power struggle and anger there. So if you're willing, you can always negate it afterwards by saying no. This is a long-standing, you got some kind of agreement between you. It's a long-standing agreement. And it's caused some anger between you two. You may or may not know who this is. There you go. Okay, so part of you, as this anger starts to dissipate, you feel a lot of grief. And what you're saying is, I can't live without them. And there you go. Okay, so so all the ways you believe you need this person in your life. And if you and you need the anger that they're directing towards you. And if you don't, it's like you're almost saying, well, how will I live without them? And there's some despair there. So it's like, even though you know this person, or even if you don't know who they are, but there's a part of you that knows this person is not good for you and is actually
creating. Is it a entity or a spirit? Because there's some ancestral paternal energy here. And I'm wondering if that's what that is.
It could be ancestral, but it's also from this lifetime as well. And the thought of, even though you know this person isn't good for you, the thought of letting go of them creates despair within you. And it's like, how am I going to live without you? So any ways in which you are so resistant to, like, if you let go of them, it's like you are like, how will I live without you? So there's a part of you that's willing to be weakened to have them in your life. And I'm not, even if they're not physically, energetically, that energetic connection. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there could be some past lives going on here, because I keep getting an agreement, but the agreement feels like it's more from this lifetime. It could have been even when you were conceived, though, you made some kind of a, yeah, okay, so let's just go there briefly. So it was when you were conceived, there was some kind of an agreement made in the moment of conception. And okay, so it's time to let go of that agreement now. There you go. There, yeah, that was actually weakening you. I felt the release from your solar plexus. There's a sense of relief. Okay, so we're going to ask the universe and the angels, the archangels, the masters and such to support you. There you go. Okay, any part of you that is resisting universal support, angelic support, let's just witness that, honor that, acknowledge that, let go of the resistance. There you go. Be willing to release that energetic, angelic support. There you go. There's a bit of shame coming up, but it's just coming up to be released. There you go. Okay, so let's see you being willing to regain your health and become your health and also your strength. I call on Archangel Michael a lot for strength, for courage, to awaken and the divine power within me. So whoever it is for you, but for me, it's Archangel Michael, who is a symbol of that. And then Archangel Raphael is Archangel of healing. So let's call on Archangel Raphael for healing. There you go. There, okay. There, okay. So anyways, any part of you that feels shame at calling on Archangel Raphael. It's not Archangel Raphael per se. It is the asking for support that is causing you shame. So any part of you that feels shame at the thought of asking or receiving, not so much asking, but receiving support. There you go. All the ways you feel like you should do it all yourself. You should be strong enough to do it all yourself. Oh, let's just let that go. That's weakening you. There you go. Okay, and let's see you as healthy. Every cell of your being feeling healthy, relaxed. Any weight that you've been holding on to that's causing edema, pressure, inflammation, let's just let go of that. And breathe. Remember to breathe, 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 and drink as much water as possible. I know when you're in the hospital, sometimes you don't necessarily want water, but just give yourself permission to drink water. That'll support the flow of energy as well. And this communication with the cells. There you go. And speak kindly to yourself. You've got lots of time when you're in the hospital there. Just keep saying, even if you just repeat like a mantra over and over again, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Keep bringing yourself back when the monkey mind starts. Bring yourself back to I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. That'll absolutely help you get stronger and will get you out of there sooner.
This is an actual person that I know here now, because this feels like from the past. This doesn't feel present.
Destiny, I think that's all we can do for today, right? We still have lots of other people with their hands raised.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
just
okay.
keep breathing, keep drinking water, and keep receiving, okay?
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So one thing I was going to ask you, Joy, was when you're working one-on-one with people in the show, are other participants able to receive as well?
Oh,
clearing.
absolutely, absolutely. The healing is for it. Yeah, it's for everybody who's on live or on the replay. You receive the healing. It's not like it's just reserved for one person. And that's the beauty of healing, even if it's not your specific issue, the energy, again, it's a frequency. Energy doesn't say I can only be for this person. If you're looking for healing, you're going to receive the healing. And all you have to do is, as long as you're willing, as long as, a person's willing to receive the healing or the sense of empowerment, or even if they're feeling like, I got to let go of this person, that will be done as long as they're willing. So absolutely, 100% everybody receives the energy.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Tanya, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello? You
Hi.
hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
hi,
Hello,
Tanya.
Joy. Hello, Joy.
Hi.
Hello, Alara. I'm happy to see you both.
Hi.
So my question is, I'm going through the big shift in my life, as I guess, because my marriage is crumbled. I have to move the house. I started working, and I started working not on what I do because I'm a professional musician, but somehow I couldn't find that job for, like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have found the job. So I'm working completely in a different field, and strangely, I still started receiving like financial help from places and people that I didn't know. So I understand there should be probably, like you said, bigger picture to it. So I don't know even if I have to kind of try to manifest something like in my heart and mentally, or I just let go of everything and see what happens. But what I wanted to ask you to check, because I think I let go of a lot of fear, because in the beginning I was like, first time in my life in this situation, and I was a bit kind of stressed. And then I thought to myself, no, I just will bring towards me not right vibrations, So I chose to stay in vibration of joy, even though I'm in a difficult life situation. So I think subconsciously, though, I still have this fear, some of it left probably. So
Yes,
because like
yes,
So-
yes.
I
Everybody
keep
does have some.
I keep
Right.
procrastinating things.
I'm not quite clear on what your question is.
Yeah, what's the question, Tanya?
Is what you're saying you want to
If you
like
could-
restart your professional musician career?
Is it the right way for me, or I should let it go? And because I always wanted to be a healer and work with people and create my YouTube channel and stuff, but at the moment it's all like I moved it aside, and I thought, well, let's do what I do the best, and I'm a professional violinist and violin teacher. So I thought, this is something I've been doing for ages. Why can't I do it now? And it didn't work. So I'm kind of in the middle of, I don't know to go where,
That you said it didn't work, the musician career. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I'm asking, when you first mentioned it, you said professional musician, anger came up. And
Okay.
so there's something when you were in your career that is causing you anger, that is causing that stuck. And when you mentioned healing, I could see you working, like incorporating healing tones and qualities in that into your music. If you want it, like it feels like you could combine both your music and healing. So maybe you could start the professional musician career again, but it feels like it's going to be different this time. It's not going to be the same path as last time. And there's some kind of like what it feels like is you're trying to slot yourself into doing it the same way as you have been. And that's where the anger is. You're frustrated at yourself. You're angry at yourself because it's almost like continuing to stay in that comfort zone, because it is comfortable, it's comfortable and it's safe. And it's not necessarily just discard it and throw it all away, but combine it with, if it's you want to be a healer, and combine your musician with, whether it's healing tones or musical tones that, there's a lot of healing music out there, and or soul songs or anything like that. So it feels like maybe you could combine both. And Yeah, as I say that, there's some relaxation and ease. I think part of you has been feeling that, but not knowing really how to combine the both. And yeah, see, now I don't feel the anger there. And I just feel relaxation and ease. So I'm not sure if that really did that answer your question or?
Yeah, partly yes. I just don't know whether I should do something new, or keep to. I know what you mean. Yes, it is comfortable and it's less scary, but maybe it's scary is good, and maybe I should start something new.
Well, it depends what you mean by like
Well,
new
I wanted
again.
always to do my YouTube channel, and I procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate.
And is that through singing, you mean? Oh, you just froze there. Or I froze.
I froze.
Okay. So yeah, the YouTube channel, when you mentioned that, yeah, that's fear. That's why you're procrastinating there. That's like all the questions come up. Well, what if I'm not good enough? What if nobody likes me? All of that, that's fear. That's where you tap into your courage and you take action anyways. If you truly want to do that, you've thought about it for years. And so all the ways, so anybody who's stuck, you've had an idea for years and you feel stuck, like I really want to do this, and it keeps coming in. Like, I want to start my YouTube channel, this, that, like get out there in a bigger way, be seen and heard. That's your fear, being seen and heard. And what if nobody likes it? And so anyways, all the ways you've been stuck, you've been procrastinating because of all the what ifs, and you've been going to the most scary things that could happen, like nobody likes it, it's not good enough, not enough people watch it, not enough, or listeners and that. But what if you said, but what if it is possible? What if it is possible for me to be known around the world? What if it is possible for me to, be financially abundant with this? What if it is possible? Change your question. What if it is possible? That's what brings up the courage. That's what taps into the courage. There you are. I can feel you going, well, you know what? I can feel your mind go, maybe it is possible. And what if people do like my singing? And what if people, are willing to buy my albums and my songs and that, and whatever intention and career path you're looking at there. So start asking yourself, well, what if this is possible? When you think of your YouTube channel, what if it is possible? What if it is possible to get some music on there that, be heard all around the world? And that supports you in tapping into your courage. So yeah, just take action. All the ways you've been letting fear stop you, just let that go. Let it go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you,
Awesome.
Joy. Thank you, Lara.
I just want to mention, I was terrified the first few years, like to get on the shows. I was just, I was hyper, like I'm falling to my knees saying, God, please, like give me laryngitis so I can't talk, so I can't do the show. The first show, that's actually, I literally I actually made it up almost. I almost did, but I went through with it. But if I had it, we wouldn't be talking now. I wouldn't be doing this now. And I would start shaking, just wake up in the middle of the night, whatever I was doing, I'd just start shaking. I was so, it was terror. And because my whole life, all I wanted to do was be invisible, just invisible and hide. I actually wanted to be a hermit. And now I'm doing this. So just ask yourself, but my mantra was, what if it's possible? What if it's possible? What if it's possible? What if it's possible? And I would say that for 5, 10, 20 minutes when I was in the shower, walking, driving, what if it's possible? And eventually it became possible.
Thank you.
So
Thanks
there
a
we go.
lot. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. And I just want to say really quickly also about shoulds. There are no shoulds. I do this, I should do this, I should not do this. Like, there's no shoulds. It's more about, how does it feel inside? Does it light you up? Does it excite you? Does it make you feel good? Right? There's no should of anything, because you have free will. You have choice to do whatever you want. Right? So Joy?
Yeah, so like Tanya, like the YouTube channel, it was, at least in the beginning, it lit her up and it kept coming back, but then the fear stopped her. So then the fear is going to be there. Just know that. We talk about the fear is going to be there, but then say, and the fear, what if nobody likes my music? What if nobody likes my healing, my artwork, this, that, but so this is, you at the beginning, we talked about 3D or 5D. So you can go down that path. See, that's familiar. That's your comfort zone. That's your default. You're going to go down that path because it's your default. So start asking yourself empowering questions. Well, what if it's possible? Like I said, if I hadn't said that as a mantra, I don't think I'd ever have gotten on my first show, and then it just kind of kept going from there. And I still use it now. What if it's possible?
Mine, I remember, was more to the effect of, well, if they can do it, I can do it. That was my thing. Well, if they can do it, I can do it. And so now I always say, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. So,
absolutely.
you know, I have a YouTube channel, Tanya. So, you know, obviously, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm sure you could do it better. Whoops. So just remember that. That was my mantra. If they can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Simple. All right. Dada, you want to unmute yourself? I'm going to have to mute myself.
The dogs are talking.
I think my husband just put the garbage out, so they're wondering about the noise.
Thank you, Alara. Hi, Joy.
Hi, this is Dada.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
We've spoke before.
Yeah.
Traveled quite a bit, and I don't know if I'm dealing with a lot of body aches and pains for past 2 years. And I know I'm purging something. It was good for a while, ups and downs, energetically speaking. And I'm just wondering what's blocking me? What is this happening in the body? Is it even mine?
Okay, so for 2 years you've been experiencing aches or pains, any particular place, or just like is it mostly in your joints, or?
It's right now in the back, and it's my intestine area. And I've been okay. I was able to release a lot of stuff, but I'm wondering if I picked up something, or is this mine? Is something blocking me? Not quite sure. It would be nice to get some clarity on it. Please, thank you.
Yeah, when you said the back and the intestine, anger came in right away, and that has to do that. So the anger, you're angry about something which is blocking your in digestive system, but it's stuck in your heart. I could feel the heart. Almost went into a bit of a panic there. Yeah, like a panic energy. There you go. So something has some kind of heart-based issue, and that has dropped into like your solar plexus and anger, and then you're almost in a bit of a fight energy, power struggle energy here. And that's the digestive system. Is we don't digest food, we digest ideas, points of view, new ways of seeing things, concepts, all of that. So any ways in which you are and have been, because it sounds like the pain moves, stuck in power struggle with person, place, event, experience. It can even be an experience from a long time ago. And it's, yeah, and there you go. So it's got your heart stuck in trauma. So let's just, there you go. Let's just talk with your heart. Yeah, your heart just relaxed. Your heart just said, finally, somebody has seen me. Somebody has witnessed me. So all the ways you have been neglecting your heart, all the ways you have been neglecting liking yourself, appreciating yourself, being kind to yourself, compassionate and understanding towards yourself. There you go. Your heart just relaxed. So now you look at that. It feels like it was an experience. People were involved, but it was an experience many, many, many years ago, even as a child. And now you're saying, it doesn't matter. It's like your heart is saying that doesn't matter anymore. I'm not willing to hold on to the pain and the anger and the grief around that, and the sadness and the hurt. And oh, it's the hurt that was really causing you to hold on to that. It was, okay, so I want to go to the hurt a little bit. And whatever happened, there was caused a really, really deep hurt because you felt not loved. May have even been from a parent or something like that. You felt really like just not loved and not nurtured. And so, and then you were doing it to yourself, and maybe not as much as you have been, but there was still some element of not appreciating yourself or being kind or compassionate to yourself. And we will do that. We will parent ourselves until we figure out what we're doing. We will parent ourselves in the same way we were parented. So whoever raised us, if they're, you know, kind of if it's a bit of a neglectful environment or hostile or or angry or whatever it is, or a really emotionally or mentally abusive environment, when we become adults and we're on our own, we will parent ourselves in the same way. And that's why, like, I never tell somebody, unless they use the word divinely love yourself. Like, we often hear, you know, self-love or just love yourself, but we learn love growing up and we go, okay, well, that's love. That's so being, you know, saying I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, that's a form of love. So we continue that. So we will love ourselves. This is happening at an unconscious level. So we will love ourselves in the same way that our parents showed us love, or whoever raised us, and say, well, you know, I'm constantly sending myself love and being kind to myself, but, well, no, not kind, loving towards myself. And, but often there's that, it might even we might even be 50-50. So really a heart-centered love, but we're still set to some extent, parent yourself in the same way. So any part of you that believes love is ever at any time harsh or abusive or demeaning, or a negative motivation, that's really popular, like negative motivation. Like, if I can constantly tell myself I'm not good enough, then I'm going to push myself, or I'm going to keep striving, but actually it keeps you stuck. So any ways in which you're doing that, or anybody is doing that, they're just, yeah, there you go. Just let that go. And let's create space for you to be kind, understanding, accepting, and compassionate with yourself, towards yourself, and with that beautiful child within you. There you go. There, a little bit of shame coming up, but it's just coming up to be released. Just let that shame go. Yes, shame, we see you, we witness you, we acknowledge and accept you. There you go. Shokabasa walasa, so shokabasa walaka, walasa, shokabasa walaka. Okay, let's allow that pain, when you're ready, to be released from your body. Any pain, stiffness, restriction. It was more of a restriction that was causing the pain. There you go. So just allow that to be released. There you go. And remember, be kind, understanding, compassion, accepting towards yourself. If you feel the pain, that's what you're looking for, because it was the hurt that was stuck since you were a child that was ultimately causing the restriction and therefore the pain. So anytime you feel that, and you can go right to the area if you want, and just, if it's your back, if it's your knees, whatever it is, just say, Nia, I appreciate you. Like, you know, I bless you. I focus on your heart and send love to it and such. There you go. And it will release. And eventually you will release that from your entire body.
Oh, beautiful, Joy. I thought actually at first it was my lungs because of the breathing difficulty. And when you said heart, it just popped. I could feel,
oh, really? Okay.
I could feel the
Awesome.
tingling stuff happening. And I would assume that this also stops from manifesting if it's the heart, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you're stuck in that, because the electromagnetic field of the heart is 5,000 times greater than that of the mind. So if your heart is blocked or stuck at all, yeah, that's definitely going to affect your manifesting.
Thank you so much. If possible, Joy, can you share some of the music you were talking about you play at home, maybe later on, if possible? The healing music.
Yeah. Why don't you contact Alara, and she can give you my email. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you both. Beautiful.
Thank you, Dada. Great. Thank you, Joy. I don't know about you guys, you all, but I've been sweating during this this last little bit during the processes that Joy is doing. I've been literally sweating, and it's like, oh my! I was wondering, it's like, oh God, if I'm like, you know, my makeup hopefully is still okay, but I mean, yeah, yawning for sure and sweating this time. So there's a lot of releasing happening. So be willing to receive and be willing to release, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a lot of releasing going on there.
Yeah, lots of heavy duty stuff. Do you have time to take a few more quick questions?
As many as you want. Absolutely.
Okay. I just want to take some new people who have not been on the show before. So like B, for example, I don't know who B is. So B, if you have a question for Joy.
Hi, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. Sure can.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. I'm really struggling. I'm aware of a lot, but I lost my appetite, and so so I have to make myself eat, and it's just really, really, really scary and difficult. So anything that you can offer to help me understand more why and how I can restore it as soon as possible. I feel like a lot of it has to, I feel like one thing that starts to help is when I just say, I love myself. I love myself.
How long ago did you lose your appetite?
This time, probably about a week and a half ago or so, but it's kind of been gradually
So
occurring.
how is it affecting you? Like, is it affecting your health, or is it, when you say you lost your appetite, or have you just stopped eating, you mean?
No, I said I'm still eating, but it's really hard to eat because I don't have an appetite.
Okay, and is that affecting your health, your energy, or is it just causing you to get
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
what?
something it's something I've struggled with in my life. And yes, I've lost weight. In my life, I've lost muscle. I've lost a lot of hair. Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is associated with trauma. Like
I've lost friendships.
Okay, so this isn't the first time. So is this rooted in childhood trauma? Like, do you anorexic or bulimic growing up?
I believe it's connected. Yeah, it's something I've struggled with most of my life. It really became difficult when I had trouble accepting having a baby when I was pretty young, like 20.
Okay.
Trouble accepting him, and then punishing myself because I had trouble loving him.
Okay, so yeah, there's a whole lot of, this is connected to a lot. There's a lot of trauma here, and it's scary. So okay, so we'll go as deep as we can into this, but this is, you're really stuck, you're scared, you're really scared. Even just saying that triggered the fight or flight. So breathe, there you go. Okay, so all the ways the not eating is a way for you to shut down. All the ways you're trying to, by not eating, literally shut down your bodily organs. You're trying to shut down the digestive process so you don't digest, whether it's processes, concepts, ideas, not just food, but you're trying to not digest literally even life force energy. And there you go. I just felt something release there. There's a little bit of anger coming up, just a tiny, tiny bit of anger. But the thought, even just saying that brings up so much fear within you. Literally, I can feel it getting stuck in your throat. Like you almost feel like you're going to get sick to your stomach. There you go. Okay, there. And see, if you eat, that means, because food is, especially depending, the healthier food it is, it's life force energy. And yeah, so when I said that, what you're saying is this part of you is saying, I don't want to digest or process life force energy. I just want. Okay, so all the ways there's a part of you just really, really, really wants to stay stuck in the pain and the trauma. And you literally feel this part of you is telling yourself, I am going to live we're releasing this. I am going to live in the pain and trauma forever because that's the only place I deserve to live in. Ooh, that's harsh. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, yeah, let's send that to the light. Whatever happened growing up or even another lifetime to cause you to believe that the only place you are worthy and deserving of living, like the only space, is in pain and trauma, and that, stopping eating is part of that. Let's let that go. Yeah, so like you said, it's happened before. There's hair loss, there's a stress there. So all the ways all the ways this trauma is stressing you out, mind, body, emotionally, spirit, to such an extent that you're wanting to just shut down the body processes, shut down everything. There you go. Let's just let that go. Okay, so now what's coming up is deserving issues, and you're saying, but I don't deserve anymore. So start saying to yourself, I am worthy and deserving of the best life has to offer me. I am worthy and deserving of being healthy. I am worthy and deserving of feeling healthy and vibrant. I am worthy and deserving of feeling good about myself. I am worthy and deserving just because I am. I am worthy and deserving of liking and appreciating myself. I am enough. Like, start speaking to yourself with kindness. Like you said, you're making yourself eat. If you have to in the beginning, make yourself actually say, I am worthy and deserving of all the gifts the universe has been wanting to bless me with. I am worthy and deserving of being and feeling happy. I am worthy and deserving of feeling good about myself. That's where I would, because there's limited time right now, but that's where I suggest you go, is in your worthy and deservingness. Because right now you don't even feel worthy and deserving, or up until now, you didn't even feel worthy and deserving of like processing, digesting life force energy, whether it's in the form of, so I'm thinking you're probably breathing really shallow as well, breathing mostly from your chest. And even,
I mean, I want to live. I want to eat. I just lost my appetite for food.
Okay. So
I want to have my appetite back.
Okay, so start. Yeah, but it's rooted in some really deep trauma.
Yeah, but I will say all the things that you just mentioned. Yes, I will.
So if you said you want to live, start asking yourself if you've actually chosen to live, and then say, why do I want to live? And start listing off, like, and this, you can do this, on your own. Right up, like, I want to live so I can see a beautiful sunset. I want to live so I can see a rainbow again. I want to live so I can hear the birds. I want to live, and then you can, actually set some bigger goals and achievements. But I want to live because I love going for a walk in the nature. I want to live because I love, petting puppy dogs. I want to live so I can go rescue a dog, or a cat, or whatever it is. Give yourself reason to live, and then the more you give yourself reasons, like joyful, happy, encouraging, supportive reasons to live, the more you're like, you know what, I'm ready to start feeling good about myself. And even just talking about this, I can feel you starting to take your power back, like you're starting to feel more grounded and empowered. And as you feel more grounded and empowered, that your digestive system will start to work. And you might find after listening to this show, or later on today or tomorrow, you're like, oh, you know what, I'm kind of hungry. I think I'll go eat something.
That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, because I mean, I really want to live and eat, and
when the digestive system starts to move, and after, as you listen to a show like this, or the digestive system starts to process, the thoughts, the concepts, the life force energy, and chances are you might even find yourself being hungry.
Awesome. Okay? And so I would also suggest that you listen to this again, and or re-listen to the show, or and or book a session with Joy, so she can work more deeply with you. Okay.
Yeah, I will, and I wrote down all the things to keep saying.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Good. All right, Anita, do you want to unmute yourself? Oops, I think I might have just done something to poor Anita.
Yes, hi Anana and Joy, this is Anita. Today is my second day on this call and I'm already loving it so much.
Awesome, well, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I joined Arpita's call yesterday with a Akashic reading, and then today's call. And thank you so much for doing this, and bringing us on this platform to be healed and to be inspired,
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. So how can Joy help you today?
Yes, Joy, I'm running into similar experiences in my life around my kids and my ex, like feeling manipulated all the time. And
feeling what all the time?
Feeling manipulated by them all the time.
Manipulated.
Yeah,
Oh, manipulated, okay.
yeah, all the time by my kids and my ex, you know. It's almost like they are just after the monetary support that I can provide them. I'm talking about my kids. And if I ask questions, they twist around and manipulate and are very disrespectful. And if I, if I refuse to give them monetary support, they just don't talk, and it makes me very, very sad and very unhappy, because I eagerly wait to talk for them and feel like they are not valuing and respecting me, and how much I love them and I've been there for them. And I don't feel seen or respected or loved by them. I would appreciate if you can, guide me for anything on this. I'm really, really desperate to know what's going on. I've been on the spiritual path and do meditation a lot. Okay, that's all.
How old are
All
you?
right, let's see what Joy has.
How old are your kids?
So the older one is 27 and the younger one is 20.
Okay, so do they live with you or no?
No, they don't.
Okay.
The younger one is in college, and that's where the manipulation happens. Like, she's very rude and,
Okay.
for the lack of better word, obnoxious,
So what it sounds like is this is the classic empath narcissist relationship. Narcissist, manipulator, gaslighter, and such. And the kids took after their father, your ex, and they learned how to become, manipulators themselves. They learned how to get what they want through manipulating. And so yes, it feels like you are being used, and just, like said, for your money. And if they need financial support, they will talk with you. And manipulators and narcissists, they're very good at it. They know how to gaslight. They know how to make people question and doubt themselves. And that's what it sounds like. The kids learn from the father. You're an empath. And okay, so there's a part of you that you actually know what's going on some level, but you don't want to understand. In other words, you're still wanting to see. You're kind of done with your ex. You're sad. There's some sadness there, but you are not wanting to really believe that your kids have been manipulated this thoroughly by your ex. But remember, narcissist manipulators, they know how to do it, and they know exactly what to say. There you go. Okay. And any empath has known them. And this is the empath narcissist is a classic relationship. So
and I'm just willing to let go. I was living a lot in fear, like if I don't do for them, they will abandon me. I probably have some abandonment issues from my childhood, but now I really don't even care. I'm so tired, like deep inside my heart, I'm tired of going through this over and over again.
Okay, so if you're, that's actually really awesome that you've gone to that point. Like, I've had enough of being manipulated, used and abused, and only used for my money, because it takes us to that. Often we have to get to that point. And some people will literally let themselves go into poverty before they, they have nothing left. And yeah, don't get to that point. So stand in your power, choose to feel good about yourself, even though it could mean temporarily. Maybe not both kids. One will probably come back and see the light eventually, but letting go of them. And okay, so the biggest thing is saying no. So the thought of saying no when they ask you for money, just literally, like, it makes you almost feel sick to your stomach. There you go. Yes. Okay, so let's imagine you. Call on the universe to support you. Imagine yourself the next time your kids ask you for money, and it's coming from a place of, manipulation and gaslighting and such, and just say no. And then, yes, like you said, there's a childhood wound there. Their chances are they're going to, in your word, it will feel like abandonment, but the relationship hasn't been there anyways. I think that's what you haven't realized yet. That actual relationship that you've been wanting and believing hasn't been there.
Absolutely.
There you go. There, your whole self. Okay, yeah, you've known that, but actually hearing it, your heart just let go. And now you can move forward. There's sadness and grief there, but that's because hearing the words, you're ready to say no. My suggestion is even practice beforehand. If you know the kids, at least, well, probably both of them are going to ask you for money. You've been through this several times. You're tired, like you said, your heart, it was tired. And so practice beforehand, just saying no, and see what you're, okay, so that's what you're really afraid of, is in fear of up until now, is when you say no, they're going to withdraw their energy. And
Yes,
the
yes.
thing is,
They've just, there's been months that they would not call, or I have to be the first one to call. I've even apologized in situations where my heart feels I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I'm just very badly hurt right now.
And as an empath, yes, you didn't do anything wrong. But remember, this goes way beyond this relationship. You're working through one, this is in the collective consciousness as well. You're also working through many lifetimes of the classic empath narcissist relationship. You've had relationships with all these people before, your kids and your ex, there you go. And you're working through this. So this is your time, it's your space time, it's a lifetime for you to change all this now. We're in the Great Awakening, so give yourself permission to say, okay, this is all going to change. So any agreement you have with all of them, all three of them, that you would give your power away, that you would always let them be right, in any space or time, let's let that go on all levels, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, cellular, throughout all time and space. Okay, there's a little bit of anxiety that came up within you, but again, you've been pushed to the limit, literally. While the anxiety is coming up, you're also saying to yourself, you know what, I'm ready. If it takes going through life on my own, even if it means I will never talk to them again, though I don't see that, at least one will come back, start to see the light. But even if it means I would never talk to them again in this lifetime, what it would also mean is the relationship energetically could be healed, so that in future lifetimes you guys could have healthy relationship. There you go. There's some release. There you go. There's some ease. And so practice saying no and being willing, know that there's going to be a withdrawal of energy, but that's also giving you the space and the support for you to stand in your own power, and then choose the, Archangel Michael, whoever you choose to just say.
I call upon him all the time whenever I'm talking to them, because without that, I just feel like trembling when I talk, like I'm so scared. It's like walking on eggshells, Joy.
Because you're standing in your power, you're claiming. This is a process that we talked about on the show. This is a process of claiming your power. In your case, you're saying no to giving them any more money. You're walking through your fear. So yes, when you're walking through your fear, you're going to shake, you're going to tremble. Say no, and afterwards say, Archangel Michael, fill me full of your divine strength, your divine power, your courage, so that every cell in my body is filled up and embraced with your divine strength, courage, and power. Let my, ground into that, support me in grounding into that, so that I feel that, so that my body feels that, so that I feel empowered, I feel good about myself. Archangel Michael, fill me up so that I feel good about myself and I feel fulfilled. There you go.
Thank you so much, Joy.
That's powerful. Yeah, that's powerful, Joy. Thank you so much, Anita.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you can book a session with Joy, and
absolutely,
I don't say it to everybody, but we only did a small piece, right? There's still a lot more that needs to be cleared or worked on. But if you want to book a session with Joy, that will be really helpful.
Absolutely.
Too, okay?
I will certainly do that. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's some heavy duty stuff that people are going through.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I'm not laughing. I'm just like, oh my God. So Joy, I just looked at the clock and it's like, oh my God. So I want to take a few minutes, Joy, and talk about the packages, and then I want to talk, and then we want to do the process, and then we'll see where we're at with time wise, because this has been, I don't know where the time went, just with these clearings that you've been doing, and with these personal readings with people that you've been doing. It's been like, oh my God. So so let's take a moment, and let's see if I can find my screen. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll talk a little bit about the packages. 1 second. Right. So all right. So we have Joy's packages. There's 3, A, B, and C. And let me just get down here. So package A, package B, and package C. So Joy, can you talk a little bit about package A? So package B and C are pretty simple. Everything in package A plus package B is a personalized remote freedom clearing, which Joy will talk about. And package C is everything in package A plus a 45-minute personal phone session with Joy. All right. So
Okay.
let's talk about part 1, part 2, and part 3 of package A.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to, because I don't know how to get it. I was on my screen and now I don't know how to do that. So you're gonna have
No
to,
worries.
yeah, scroll down.
There you go.
So package A is so absolutely so powerful. And I mean, all 3 are, but there's so much in package A. So the first part 1 is releasing. So we go through releasing, if you can scroll down there, Laura, you know, the experience. Well, you can go through this and see this yourself. But there's 5 or 6 different audios in the first part, and it's all about releasing, understanding, like enhancing what we talked about here, understanding the difference between the 3D and the 5D, awakening to your divine experience. Actually, that's the second part. We go into awakening. So there's releasing and then awakening. That's part 1. Part 2, that is the audio and the audio program, and we're looking at finances, we're looking at embracing your divine self. Part 2, yeah, that is aligning. We talked about the emotional space of the new earth. This is aligning with the emotional space of the new earth, like appreciation. There's more than this, but appreciation, happiness. We go through the chakras and actually align you with those frequencies, so that once you're aligned with them, your energy, like your energy signature, knows them, recognizes them. So as you go into the world, you will recognize these frequencies, whether it's fun or gratitude or happiness, or you know what, the frequency of financial abundance. Oh yeah, divine love. Yeah, that's important there, of course. And then part 3. And this is a 33-day healing program I do, 33 days of healing. So what you're getting in this is 33 days. It starts actually on Monday, so in about 5 days here. And so you're getting 30 minutes of remote healing for 33 days, starting Monday. That's sent out daily. Plus you get, so that's over 16 hours. There's, I send out messages from Spirit every Monday and Thursday. Those are audio. They're between 15 to 20 minutes. So that's another program you're going to get. There's 10 of those. So that'll be anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. You get that Monday and Thursday during the program. And then there's 2 Q&A calls. They're over 2 hours each. And I've got a bonus for this January, February 33 days. There's a bonus Q&A call. And it's the only time I'll be offering the bonus Q&A call. So you've got 33 days of 30 minutes of remote healing. There's 10 audio messages from Spirit, and there you go. That just, okay, well, I'll keep talking. And because I just got a black screen right now.
Oh,
It's just a black screen I'm seeing. But
okay,
there's
so Joy's package A is $97, and there are 2 and 3 part payment plans available, of course. So then there's package B, which includes everything in package A. Is your screen, can anybody else see the screen? I can't talk. You should all be able to see the screen.
Yes, we can see the screen. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good.
I'm just getting a black screen. It flickers on every now and then. So there
all right,
you go.
so now we're talking about the personalized remote freedom clearing.
Okay, yeah, so sorry, my screen's doing weird stuff here. And so yeah, that is, so you get everything in package A. You get the 33-day program that's coming up as well, 33 days of healing. The personalized remote freedom clearing is done from your pictures. So all you do, this is really good if you're, don't have a lot of time, and that would work better than a personalized phone session. And so you send me your picture and 1 or 2 issues that you want cleared. And it's about 30 minutes. We just go right into it, and we can go really deeply in that time. I mean, it's amazing some of the results that people have had with this. And then you're sent the recording. So we send you a recording you can listen to as many times as you like, anytime you want. And every time you listen to it, there'll be deeper healing as well. So that's package B. Package C is everything in the package A, the first offer there, and a 45-minute phone session. So if you prefer something like this that is more interactive, like we did in the, with the listeners a little bit there, but it's, 45, a minimum of 45 minutes. Very, very powerful. We touch on all kinds of different areas, and we go really, really deep into the unconscious conditioning. The beauty of this is that if any trauma or any memories come up, we can clear them in the moment. Or if any, oh yeah, I remember wanting this, we can activate that. So that's offer C there.
So yeah, and there's lots of wonderful testimonials, so please do take a look at them on this page for offers A, B, and C. And I just want to say too, like I've done both, just the freedom clearing, and I've done the personal session. And I enjoyed the freedom clearing myself, but at this time when I did the personal session, because I brought in the back issue, which was like, I wasn't planning on it, that like it was a whole game changer. So if you can get package C, because then you get the 45-minute or more personal phone session. And we say phone session, but it's on instant teleseminar. Okay. So it's not like, for us in Europe, I'm not going to call you on the phone. So it's like, and then package B is everything in package A plus the personalized remote freedom clearing. So you're not talking to Joy, you're sending her your picture and a few of the issues, and she'll send you back a recording. That also works wonderfully. And of course, package A is part 1, 2, and 3. So all of these are payment plans are available. 2- and 3-part payment plans are available. And of course, please use gift code ATHN10 to receive a special 10% discount from me. Sometimes people forget and then they message me and I can do a refund, but I would rather if you just remember to put the code in, right? So all these packages are available. You will get the link in the email. The link will be on the YouTube, on the podcast, you name it. The link to this page will be everywhere. So please do take a look at it and work with Joy like we did today. Today was just like short, a few minutes. But when you actually work with Joy one-on-one or with the freedom clearing, you're going to see a lot more transformation that's possible for you.
Absolutely.
All right, so there's some questions in the chat really quickly, Joy.
Okay, so do we do questions or the process or do both?
No, not questions in that way, but like
Okay.
for example, Mom's iPhone is asking, would you do release work by proxy? So she's asking if we can include absent family members via their higher selves. Do you do that?
In the 33-day program, if somebody's living in the house, like if they're in that environment, if then they want the healing, they're automatically brought in. So if they're in the same address, same residence, absolutely. So if they're open to it, yeah, they will receive the healing as well. With the freedom clearing, like by the picture, I will work on kids, say under the age of 13, 14, 15 without their permission. I don't know what she was asking, but I won't work, like if they're an adult and if they're not open to it and they won't say yes to it, then yeah, I won't. Some people will work on them. I won't. To me, that's out of integrity. So
yeah, I agree.
If they're not open to it. So
then they're not going to receive it anyways. So
exactly, yeah.
All right.
It starts, the program, 33-day healing program starts January 23rd, at least in North American time. And if you're in Australia, well, I guess it would still be the same time. January 23rd, Monday, January 23rd.
It's the same day everywhere.
Yeah, I'll start selling. That's when you will receive your first audio message from Spirit. So that's about 17 minutes out of audio, the first one. You also start receiving the remote healing. The first Q&A call is Sunday, January 29th.
Okay, perfect. So Sarah, the personalized healing in part B is remote. Well, basically it's you'll get a recording of the clearing and the healing.
Yeah, so you just send me your picture. That's all. You email me your picture and whatever issue you want to work on, 1, 2, or 3 issues. Generally, if there's more than one, they're all connected anyways. And then I record it. So it's about 25, 27 minutes, send you the recording. So it's all done via email.
Yeah, so it is remote, and you'll get the recording that you can then play over and over again, which I did do that many times for the remote freedom clearing that I had
Mhm.
a while back. All right, so yes, I know we want to do a wonderful process as well. Where are we with the process? Let's see. So do you want to talk about the process? So the process is about experience manifesting in the new earth, right?
Mhm, mhm. We can just, it's channeled, so whatever comes up, it's always different every time, but it's about, yeah, taking you from the 3D to the 5D. And we'll do that. This one, what I want to do is often, we've all experienced being in the, meditations or oneness, anything like that. We've experienced it, but what we often forget, and this is what we want to do in this one, is actually bring our body into it. So you're actually, like, your physical body, also not just your consciousness and your emotional space goes, oh, that's beautiful. Your body goes, and I can feel the resistance already. It's like, ooh, why should my body get to go into the new earth? Like, I'm okay with my emotional, mental space going there, but my body isn't worthy of that, because often we're so hard, it can be pretty harsh on our body. So let's start there with all the ways you're, okay, so first of all, just take a deep breath in. Yeah, there's some anger already at the thought of the body. It's like, it's almost a spirit. Okay, so any spiritual belief that you're holding on to that says the body, the physical body, is not pure enough to enter that space of the new earth, yeah, let's let go of that one, because that's, again, that's actually like a false truth, a 3D truth designed to keep you stuck in. There you go. Because in order to manifest in the new earth, you've got to have your physical body there, because that's how we manifest. We manifest down through the chakras, and that's why it's so important to ground. So you actually want to ground your body into a lot of resistance coming up to this. There you go. Okay, so let's honor that resistance, because you've been taught that the body is, through 3D teachings, it's impure, or it's not good enough, or you've been harsh on your body, or just haven't liked your body. There you go. So that's okay. Let's give yourself permission for that. But for now, let's suspend that. You can always take that all back. We're just going to ask your mind, your conscious and unconscious self, for now to suspend any dislike or any belief that the body is not pure and should not go in the space of the new earth, the 5D and above. For now, there you go. Okay, and the reason we're suspending it is because there's such massive resistance, and has been for many lifetimes, that you wouldn't be ready to, in this moment, to completely let go of it, but you're willing to suspend it. Okay, there you go. So you already know the space of the 3D. You go and pay a bill and don't have the money to pay it. You know that space, or something happens, a struggle, obstacle in your way. And we're just saying this to bring it to your conscious awareness. Yeah, I can hear how you said, oh yeah, very familiar with that space. Now, when you're processing, like as you're listening to the show, you are in the 4th dimension. That's a portal, think a portal or a tunnel, that you go from the 3D to the 5D when you're in the 5D. And then as a light worker, you bring that higher consciousness, that higher frequency emotional space to the 3D. There you go. Okay, so see yourself walking down a path. This is the portal of the 4D, and you're walking down a path. Now, as you walk down this path, remember, you're bringing your physical body. You've suspended any beliefs or dislike of the body for now. So you're willing in this moment to walk down this path with the knowledge that you are like with your body. Your body is the one that is walking you down this path. There you go. There's some happiness. See, when you acknowledge a body and you're willing to go on this journey, not just the mind and the mental self and the emotional self, but with your physical self as well, you start to feel whole and complete. You're grounded. There you go. And that awakens a happiness within you, because you're feeling whole and complete, and you're giving yourself permission in the moment to feel good about yourself, mind, body, and spirit. There you go. There, interesting. Your sacral chakra, which is about connection, relationships, creativity, sexuality, just opened up. There you go. And that's actually pulling you forward. This is again, the chakra of connection that's pulling you forward through the portal. There you go. There's the happiness. And now you're starting to feel the space of the new earth, of the 5D. And as you feel it, you're actually speeding up. You're getting closer to it. It's like you reached a tipping point and you can feel that now. You're being magnetized to that energy and you're starting to feel happier and happier and lighter and lighter. You were almost about to start running down the path. Like you can see the space of the new earth now. But all of a sudden you stopped because you felt the pull from the back. And that's okay. That's okay. We're going to ask you to turn around. It's okay. You're safe. You're not going to walk back into the 3D. Not at this moment. You can go back there when there's, something to work through. There you go. But just turn around and look at the density, the heaviness of the 3D. There you go. And simply put your hands together in prayer mode in front of you and give a little bow and bless that space of the restrictions, the limitations, the emotional, mental trauma, physical, sexual trauma, whatever you've gone through. Simply bless all that. You're not making it right or wrong. You're not angry at it. You're blessing it. You're blessing it for the lessons. You're blessing it because it gave you a space to live, to exist, to experience in. It got you to this place here. That's all. There you go. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. There you go. Just felt a sense of relief. Okay, so turn around. See, now you can see the space of the new earth, but now instead of running towards it, you're grounded. You're grounded and you're confident. Notice that confidence in your body. You're feeling empowered and ready because you feel whole and complete. You are in your physical body. You are acknowledging your physical body. You are giving yourself permission in this moment to feel and be happy with your physical body, your mental, emotional, physical body. There you go, spiritual self. And you walk forward feeling grounded, confident, and you walk into the space of the new earth. And you stop and you look around. You're saying to yourself, wow. I knew it was going to be beautiful, but I had no idea it was this. It's a radiant beauty and awe, and there's a lightness and a freedom and expansiveness. And you look around and you see the wildflowers, you hear the birds singing, you see the beauty, nature, so beautiful, just feels warm. The energy feels warm. And as your eyes adjust, you see there are people. You didn't see them at first, but as your eyes adjust, you see there are people walking around. And you start to observe these people and you're like, they look different. Something looks different about them. And you realize it's because you can see light radiating from them. It's just a very soft light radiating from their entire physical beingness. It just softens. It's like it softens their edges. And you look at their faces, and their faces are radiant and they're smiling. You notice their eyes. It's like their eyes sparkle. And you're like, well, wow, these people all seem pretty friendly. I'm going to go talk to them. And so you find somebody to go talk to, and you start chatting with this person, and you realize you've got so much in common. And they say to you, well, you're new to this place? And they say, well, yeah, I've heard of it. And I've kind of, been here a little bit, touched it. But now that I'm really here, it's amazing. And they say, oh yeah, being here in the new earth, and it's so much fun, and it's freeing, and it's everybody's so happy, and they're all so supportive and joyful. And hey, we've got this meeting going on tonight. Do you want to come by? And you're like, yeah, sure. So you exchange addresses and you go, and they say, well, see you tonight. And you go on your way, and then you start talking to some more people, and they're going to the same meeting. And it's like, cool, I'm going to know some people there. And you're feeling happier and happier. And as you feel happy and joyful, grounded, supported, inspired, abundant, you look down and your child is holding your hand, and your child says, I've been guiding to you to this place your whole life. I'm so glad you're finally here. I've been waiting for you here. I'm really glad you got here. And you look down at your child and you're so happy. You just pick up your child in your arms and you just smile at each other. You're beaming at each other. And as you hold your child in your arms, you feel the love and they feel the love. And as your hearts merge, you merge and become one, whole and complete. And as you continue to walk, you're walking around a pond, a body of water. You feel so calm, peaceful, relaxed. And you look at your body, at your hands, your legs, your body, and you say, you know what, body? I appreciate you. Thank you for guiding me here. Thank you for bringing me to this beautiful place. And you look around and you see the start of the path, the fourth dimension, the portal. You say, you know what? I got a few more things to take care of in the 3D, but you're okay with that this time because you know this space exists. You know your job, your purpose as a light worker is to visit this space, to spend more and more time in this beautiful space. And then as a light worker, you bring this higher consciousness, this higher frequency energy, emotional energy to the space of the 3D. It's almost like making a deposit. And so you bring this space to the 3D. There you go. And while you're there, you might pay some bills or work through some obstacles or deal with some relationships or let go of some relationships or get into healthy ones and such. And then that fourth dimension where you're processing, that's your portal. That's the space you're going back and forth. But now that you know the spaces and you know you have visited mind, body, spirit, soul, all of you have existed, you've visited, you've interacted with others in the space of the new earth, you know what's real. You have walked upon the new earth. You've spent time there, you've interacted with others. And now the 3D just doesn't hold the same fear or trauma for you any longer. You know it will still be there occasionally, but you know it's going to be temporary. And because you know any feelings of trauma or heaviness are from going forward now in this lifetime are temporary, you feel empowered. Your whole self feels calm, relaxed, at ease. There you go. And there's the joyfulness awakening within you, circulating within you, vibrating from you. And you walk down the path of the fourth dimension, smiling, happy, joyful. And you walk into the 3D. You see some people from the past and you're like, yeah, that's done. I think we're done here. Have a great life. I'm moving on. And you do some of your everyday things that before would cause you stress, but there's this feeling of calmness and peace within you, knowing that it's simply an experience and it's temporary. And as you're in the 3D, you look back at the 5D and you feel so happy, joyful, empowered, grounded, confident, because you know now that you can go back and forth anytime you choose. So shokabasa walaka, awalasa, shokabasa walaka, awalasa shoko, kowalasa, awalasa, shokabasa, awalasa shoko, kowalasa. Awalasa, shokabasa, walaka, soko, shokabasa, awalasa, babaka, soko, shokabasa, walaka, walasa, shokabasa, walaka, walaso, shokabasa, babaka, awalasa, shokabasa, walaka, soko, shokabasa, walasa, shoko, kobasa. Take a deep breath in, let that go. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back into your physical body in this time and space. There you go, my friend. Namaste. You look like you just woke up from a deep sleep there, Alara.
Oh my goodness, that was a wonderful process. I don't know, but I was like yawning like crazy to the whole thing, and I was sweating again. It's like, and my eye was watering. So a lot of shifting happening. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. Go ahead.
Channeled. I mean, that's just channeled. I had no idea what was coming up. I actually forgot we were doing a process until you brought up at the beginning of the show. So yeah, I really like what came through there.
Yeah, me too. Sarah said that when she started talking to the other people, it came out as song. So that's
Oh,
beautiful,
cool.
Sarah.
Awesome. That's so awesome.
She's not speaking in tongues per se, B, she's doing light language.
Yeah, so light language is just like we all have different, like different languages, and even within a language, people have their accents and dialect and such. And light language, everybody speaks it different, but it's the language of the universe or the language of the divine. And this is how it comes through me. So when I'm speaking light language, we're embedding divine energy, divine, grace and such within each of us. And if person's willing to receive, and within the environment and the space, but it's about grounding, embedding and grounding divine energy.
Yeah, beautiful. So, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's been 2 hours, but
Yeah, it was a long one.
I know, right? I don't know where the time went. So Joy, any last words of wisdom for all of us before we go?
I want to thank everybody, you, Alara, and all your amazing listeners and participants. Great questions, and believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. And my friend, always remember you have value. No matter what you've been through, what you've experienced, what have been done to you or said to you, you have value. You do matter, and you are important, and you are worthy and deserving of receiving, experiencing, and having the absolute best the universe has been wanting to bless you with. Namaste.
Beautiful. And of course, if you'd like to work with Joy more, you can get package A. The 33-day program starts on Monday. So there's so much in that program. And then, of course, if you want to do the personal freedom remote clearing, that's package B, or the personal 45-minute phone session with Joy, that's package C. Please do take advantage of them, because like I said, they're powerful sessions with Joy. I've done both, the freedom remote clearing as well as the personal session. I like the personal session more, but you know what? They both are different. So you choose, you get to choose which one you are called to. I can't speak now. So so thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for your questions, for we didn't get to all the readings, I'm afraid, but we did some, and it was been powerful. So please drink some water, ground, listen or watch this again, because there was so much happening. Like I said, I was yawning like crazy through the whole thing. I was sweating, I'm still sweating. So there's a lot of energy moving and shifting. So be willing to release, be willing to receive at the same time. Okay, so release what doesn't serve you and receive all the frequencies that do serve you. Okay, and we talked about a lot of stuff on this call. So again, there's so much wisdom. So please go back and watch and or listen again. It will be so helpful. Wow, Joy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was awesome. I loved it. So thank you. All right, everyone. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.